No.
Now he's sitting there, right? And then he pulls the fork out of his ass and he starts tapping the top with the fork.
Okay, he pulls out multiple silverware because he was fucking tired of people arguing which fucking silverware to use. So
a search for silverware.
Oh yeah, he pulled out the plasticware out of his ass that everyone complained about because they can't decide if they want a plastic fork or a plastic fucking spork. So he had multiple ones so people would stop fucking complaining about it.
And then he was like, wait, the sporks are fucking retarded. So he threw away all his forks, so he only had forks.
Meanwhile, he realized he was imagining everything that just happened because he's in the back of a cop car with his hands cuffed and his penis out for some reason.
Luckily, he had an extra backup spork in his ass, and he pulled it out and picked the handcuffs.
Little did he know that the spork wasn't your average spork, but at the end of each prong was a miniature spoon. Changed Jamals' life forever.
Anyhow, the cop looked back and said, Jamal, how many times I gotta tell you to stop putting sporks in your ass? He started driving back to his house and he was gonna drop back off.
And then they returned back to Jamals' house, but then they discovered they forgot the wheelchair at Taco Bell.
Jamal thought, but Jamal realized his puny Negro's brain could not handle the concept of thought. And the monkey with the tambourine was beating in his brain as he tried to understand that.
What's going on in the story? Tell me what's going on.
Jamal was trying to think about something, but his brain can't handle the process of thought, so he just acted like a goddamn koala.
He got thrown out of the cop's car and he doesn't have his wheelchair, so he's stranded in front of his house.
Still up.
He stranded in front of his house.
You forgot the newest edition. You forgot the newest edition.
And that he can't think because tiny no brain can't think.
He still has silverware in his ass. He has no wheelchair. His penis is
Where
out.
else would
He's
you
a
keep silverware,
tambourine.
to be honest?
But he looks at his house and he's like, damn, I never knew my house was just a sport. It's real tall.
It's like, maybe I could get an architect to come cut out some of these rounded so it could be just a fucking fork. I don't want a spork house.
And then he shit himself because paralyzed, could not move. But he looks at his poop and sees a spork. And it dawned on him that
It's not really a silver fork. It's not silverware. It's still plastic.
In the first place, the whole point of the story was to find silverware. We know he doesn't fucking have silverware, you dumb sack of shit.
So we start screaming at the top of his lungs.
So he calls an Uber and Jared from Subway picks him up. And he asks him, are you under 18? And Jamal replies,
I cannot count higher than 12, for I am black. So I must be under that number that you said. Jerry is convinced and pulls him up into his car, shit down his...
hearing this news, Jared was ecstatic. He had gone on a dry spell of 3 days without an under 18-year-old. So Jared says to him now,
You gonna get my $5 foot long?
Pleased with the thought of food, Jamal's erect. He pulled out a spork and a fork from his asshole to consume said footlong. Jared looked scared.
Jerry lifts up his center console and pulls out as many condiments as you can think of. He proceeds to ask Jamal which condiments he would like right across his penis for Jamal to use his spork and fork with. Jamal replies,
Naturally, Jamal, the fucking monkey he was, put on grape syrup on it or some shit. Fucking. Wait, can Jamal get erect?
No, he has synthetic erection. It's a long story. We're not going to get into it anyway.
Wait, I got his backstory. If I can say his backstory why he's crippled.
Nah.
So, behind the condoms, he looks, he sees what he's waiting for, and it is metal, and it is shiny, and it has 4 long points at the end of it.
Oh God, please no.
And it dawned upon him that Jamal, on his long journey, has finally found
His spork's been wanting the actual silverware spork.
He sees this as a good opportunity to utilize his jar of honey butter that he just pulled out of his ass, and he sticks his finger into the jar and spins it around 3 times and takes his finger out and rubs it gently down Jared's ass crack. Jared says, "Ooh," and replies,
Jamal proceeds to pull a candle out of his ass crack, along with a box of matches, and lights the candle, and he takes the almighty metal spork and cuts a cross into Jared's ass. And then all of a sudden, what starts blowing outside, ominous, ever-long noise starts ringing in Jared's ears. He starts sweating. He turns around and looks at him only to see Billy Mays here with an...
And as Billy Mays was promoting OxyClean while Jamal was eating Jared's
He was
ass.
there with the new Spork 2000.
Oh yeah, with the new Spork 2000 that Jamal was using to eat out Jared's ass. Jared thought to himself,
I thought Jamal was deceased at this point.
That is the craziest weed I've ever smoked. Then Jared comes out of his trip and his wife resuscitating him. Everybody clap. Story about Jamal. Story about Jamal.
Great story, Jam.
I feel like that's the end. That should be the end.